no matter what you're trying to do, whether you're trying to get into the trade, whatever it is, whatever that intention is that you're setting and whatever that thing is that you're trying to manifest, you have to put in the work to get there. But then that work that you put in, you have to put that work in without expectation too. You can't have your hand out expecting that it's going to happen. It might not even happen.
Right.
And it might be like the journey of getting there that gets you the thing that you didn't even realize, or
the journey can be the lesson.
The journey can be the lesson. The
right?
journey can be the thing, or you find a new thing within the journey. I know this sounds all freaking woo-woo, but it's fact. And you can't discredit the work is what I'm trying to get at, is like, it's going to take a lot of hard work. It's going to take those times where you don't feel like doing it.
The universe tests you. The universe will be like,
oh, hell yeah.
They'll throw you curveballs.
Oh,
like,
hell yeah.
Hey, man, like, do you really want this? You're getting close, but the universe will test you and it'll be like, do you want this? And it'll throw you a curveball and it'll knock you down. But if you really want it, you march ahead.
Yeah.
You do. And you dig your feet in and you keep moving forward. And I think that's where a lot of people lose it, because the universe it's not going to just allow you to have something.
No.
You can put in fruitation, you can get it rolling, but it's not going to let you just have it without the hard work. Again, it comes back to the hard work and testing you and seeing if you really want it. And that's how you get what you want out of that stuff. I talk to my guys and some of the guys I worked around for a lot of years, and we talk about that. Like, it was great, man, back when we were doing this and doing that. And, we were the best crews in the yard, and we had the best yard, and we were grinding. There was a couple times where it was like, we were just steady working, and that's all we talked about. That's all we did. That's all we lived about. And it was like, holy cow, when did I take a break for my family? When did I not put work in front of my family? And that's a balance over at the Q teaching that I try to instill in these guys. Like, hey, work hard, but make sure you don't neglect your family. Because I almost lost my family doing that. Mm-hmm. I got so wrapped up, and I was a big dog. I was doing a lot of work, running a lot of jobs and stuff like that. And then I was like, holy cow, my family's over here just on the side burners, And so I try to preach that a little bit. You got to find that work balance. I guess if I could give apprentices any advice, trust the process. Don't go get so worked up and scared that you're not going to learn it all. Yeah. Because it comes to you. It'll eventually come around, and you're going to learn that at some time in your career. And I think
they look at their buddies, because they're all around apprentices, and the only people they talk to are other apprentices, because journeymen won't even talk to them.
Yeah.
The only ones they hang around are the apprentices and the ground help or whatever, and and they judge their own, what's happening in their own career off of, what their buddies are doing. It's like, oh, Davey's over there doing this and that. How come I'm not over there doing that? I need to be getting that transmission experience. I need to be getting that experience. Well, just like, do really good at the thing you're doing right now.
Yep.
Like, get really freaking good at that. And if you do that, chances are you'll get moved on to something else.
Everybody is trainable. You just got to figure out how to train them. You got to get to know them. You got to get to know their personality and be able to figure out what works for them. Because I could holler at you. I could scream at you, and guess what you're going to do, Ryan? You're going to shut down, okay? But then I could holler at somebody else, and they're like, okay, that's what you want from me? I'm going to show you 10 times now, and I'm going to prove you wrong. Then there's other guys where you got to be like, hey, man, this is what we got to do, okay? And you got to talk them through it. You got to sugarcoat a little bit and kind of give them a little pat on the butt instead of lighting a fire under their ass. And I really, really think that's something you develop over the years of being a lineman, having multiple different apprentices, and learning throughout your own process too on how you want to treat people and how you want to be treated as an apprentice yourself, or how you want to be as a lineman. I try to get the whole crew involved. I think my way is the best way, and I know you probably think your way is the best way, and every lineman does, but I always try to get the guys involved. Hey, I had a lineman, his name's David Hernandez, 196 hand. He was with me 7 years, which is unheard of.
Yeah.
7 years I had a lineman with me. He's my right-hand man. I loved him.
Yeah.
But I started out like, how do you want to do this? You know what? How do you guys want to do this? You tell me. You get the guys lined out. You set the trucks up. So those apprentices are seeing, hey, foreman's in charge, but hey, I might be a lineman that can take over and help my foreman out one day. So I think having that dynamic was really, really good. It teaches the apprentice how to line out a job. It teaches the lineman how to line out a job and run a job. If I was to be gone, he could have stepped in and took over for me, without missing a beat, right?
What's your take on the trades today?
I think the trades are making a comeback, honestly. I think people are starting to realize, hey, I can go make a good living. I can work outside. Unions are starting to get people more and more accepted. I think the trades are making a comeback. I think they dipped off for a long time, but I think more and more people are, and not that college isn't right for people. College is great for certain people, for certain jobs. But I think some people are starting to realize, like, hey, man, I don't have to go to college. I can get into a trade, learn something that is feasible for me to make a living on, and I can start making money right off the bat with it. And then the apprenticeships are great nowadays with the training and just teaching about how the things work. So I think the trades are making a huge comeback. I don't know how you feel about it, but I'm starting to notice that more and more people are the ones that go to college and kind of, this ain't working for me, waste a couple of years, are starting to realize, like, hey, man, if I get into a trade and start learning something right off the bat, it's going to really benefit me. This is the scariest thing I've ever seen. It was a static that we pulled in, and it was a neoprene dollies, so it built up an induction. They pulled the running ground off on the other end. He boomed up off the ground with the wire on the basket. Boom. Locked him up. Thank God the guy that was running the crane, bam, saw him freeze up and lock up. And broke, he broke the induction right to ground. But I mean, this is the scariest thing I've ever seen. And it was a big setup. It was a big wire snub site. So there was a lot of foremans over there. I was just a lineman at the time. But there was a lot of people around there, and we were all working together, and one person made one mistake. It could have been bad. That scared me. I had a really hard time with that for a long time. I had one foreman tell me, he always told me, man, no matter what you do, when you wake up in the morning, you don't feel like putting your boots on, it's time to drag up Omar. My name wasn't Omar then, it was David. And I got a good story about how I got that nickname. I'll have to tell you guys really quick. But it really didn't resonate with me when I was an apprentice. When I became a lineman, I was like, man, I'm dragging balls. I don't feel like going in. I get what he was saying. When you don't feel like lacing up your boots and going on that job, it's time to drag up, man. You need different scenery. You need to get around different people. And that's always stuck with me. And I'm glad he told me that. I didn't get it, like I said, when I was an apprentice, but I got it when I needed to understand it. So it's great.
If you could change one thing about the industry, what would it be?
Ooh, man, you got me. I don't think I'd change it. I love this industry. I love what it provides for people. I love what it gives people. And I think I'm going to rest on that. There's too much love for it to like really change it. Are you saying for the better for the industry?
Hey, it's whatever. I
love
whatever
this
came
trade.
to mind.
That's what came to my mind. And honestly, I was blessed when I fell into this job. It's been the best thing that's ever happened to me. And I just hope other people get that from this trade. So I wouldn't change nothing, but I just hope people got what I got out of this trade, and then they share their knowledge. That's what I hope people do. Share the knowledge. Share the tricks. You didn't know those tricks. You didn't know those little secrets. Share the knowledge. Share the wealth. That's one thing I'll add to that.